I've been wanting to do a video on laying rock pathways for a while now, so I figure I'll go ahead and do that. So this is how I lay and maintain my rock pathways. So we'll come up here to the front of the garden where I've got this pathway that I haven't quite finished yet, or haven't quite finished putting it where I want it for this year. I want to put these couple of rocks right in here, and we'll go ahead and set the camera up and do that. So I've started by picking out a couple of rocks I want. I've got some good examples here because this one's a little bit thicker than this one. And I'm going to put them right here. So I've got quite a deep spot to fill right there, so I think I'll put this thicker one down here, and then I'll put this thinner one up here. So we'll start by pulling the mulch off. I use a lot of mulch, so the paver rocks get buried pretty quick. Let's see how they're going to fit there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So the mulch builds up and buries the walkways pretty quick. That's why. That's why I'm perfectly willing to maintain them. Spend the time maintaining them. Save that, put it in somewhere else. And of course I bury all my wood to recycle it, so it gets in the way too. There's a chunk of wood right in there. Let's see, that's not quite deep enough. So I'll have to break that chunk of wood off. That's too deep. Bring some of that dirt back into the hole. And I ain't worried about mulch getting mixed in with it, because within 4 or 5 years I'll end up resetting this anyway, if not sooner. And that looks pretty good, but it wiggles a bit. So I'll take and wiggle it around, pull it up, see where it's compacted the soil underneath it. As you can see, it's compacted the soil in this area right here. Compacted the soil right there, so I need to take this material and move it out towards the edges real quick. Doesn't look like it's touching right over here or over here, so I'm going to take that soil from right here, move it over that way a bit, move it over that way a bit, just to get a stable base for it. That's a little better. It's still moving a bit side to side though. And there's my imprint. You can see how it's changed. Now I'm touching here and here, but not here, and not here, not here, not here. And that side's probably pretty good. So I'll just move just a little bit of that out. Move just a little bit of this out over this way. Yeah, that's pretty darn good there. So now I'll just take some of this soil I pulled out, put it back around the edge of it. Take and put that sunflower back in right there. And pull some mulch back over the top of it. I'm going to want to set this one right in here. I want to bring some of that dirt over here, make it kind of leveler. I'm going to want it something like that, set in a little bit deeper, so you can see where the soil is compacted. Can you see that? Yeah, I bet you can see it. You can see where the soil is compacted all around the edge of it. I want to bring it down, so I'll bring that little bit of soil from all around off to the side. Go. Just fit pretty nice. It's still a little wobbly, so I'll pull it up and see where I'm compacting the soil here and here, but not compacting it over here. So, because this is the spot that it's putting the most pressure down, I'll bring that soil over here. Get that rock out of there, because rocks will mess you up quicker than anything. And I'm just bringing the soil from where it's compacted over to where it isn't. And I've still got a little bit of movement side to side. So you see where we've compacted the soil in the middle through here. And just bring a little bit of it. Needs to come out. Bring a little bit of that soil over here. Set a rock. And got a big open space under there. If you leave a big open space under the rock, it'll break the rock eventually. So we want to avoid that too. There we go, that's quite reasonably secure for this application anyway. I'll just get a little bit of dirt under the edge of it. And I'll usually seed this as I'm doing it, but this soil has just been seeded, so I'm not worried about putting any new seed in there. Bring the mulch back over it. Get rid of my rocks in the rock collection area over there. And there's my pathway, good for another couple years. Just gather up my tools here. And I'll go find one that's not quite what I need it to be. So yeah, that'll be a good little bit of the pathway right there. My path's just changed so much because of the soil building I'm doing out here. This pathway is all underlain by hugelkultur, so it's got quite a few. It's been ripening for a year or two, so it's got a good bit of undulation to it now, so that's something I'd like to fix up. We'll continue this video with that here in a second.